One day, shortly after moving into my new house, I got a ring at the doorbell. And I was working, and so I had to stop working, go downstairs, open the front door, and a package was shoved into my hands. And the person said, "You've been served." And they walked off. I had no idea what that meant. When I opened the package, it was a letter from her lawyer. That was the first time I realized we were even using lawyers. And the letter was asking for years and years of bank statements and credit card statements and business documents and everything you can just imagine. And I remember just being absolutely floored that things were going this way. It felt like an invasion of privacy and like I was being pinned down into something. And as you go through that process, I went to see a lawyer right after that, and the lawyer said, "Well, yeah, you have to hand over some of that. Maybe some of it's not relevant, and some of it you do have to hand over." And here we are handing over credit card statements to someone else, and they're trying to poke holes in it, saying that you're earning more than you say you're earning, and trying to make it out like you're a bad person and you're hiding money. And as you go through it, you hand over all that stuff, and you hand over that information to someone who really hurt you, and you do it through a lawyer, through this proxy, and this lawyer acts as a mask to her anger. And it doesn't feel like paperwork. It feels like you're being pinned, and like she gets to reach into your life and take whatever she wants, including whatever you build in the future. And you just have to stand there and take it. I thought I was living my life, making money and paying for it, but now I was being accused of hiding something. And I felt hopeless and weak, like it's rigged. I couldn't win. And I later proved that to myself. Probably not the best thing to do, but I proved it to myself as we went into court, and I came out 15 minutes later, and I had to pay a big bill for child support. And it was just all very shocking to me. And as each of those moments happened, I went floaty, like disconnected. And it was like I was watching it happen to myself from across the room. That floaty feeling isn't weakness. It's your system reacting to danger and it's shock. If you can identify it and know where that shock and danger is coming from, you can get it to stop running you. So paying child support for a long time was a real thorn in my side. I was quite angry about it. It felt really unfair. It felt like I was an ATM. And when I told my ex that, she said, "Well, I'm losing an income." Not she was losing a relationship, and I was no more important than an income. I split the mortgage with her and the bills, and that's all that mattered to her. So I was quite angry about it. And I struggled with it for years. And here's what I had to turn in myself. Here's the reframe I had to give myself in order to make this work. It felt like she was reaching into my life and taking something from me, and I felt weak as she just grabbed money out of my hands. So the reframe is, she's not taking, you're giving. Look at the difference. In one, when she takes, your hands are clenched tight and you're fighting and you're losing. But when you give, your hands are open. And you give not because you're weak, but because you're strong, because the process demands it, and you're the one meeting it. It sounds like a word game until you actually feel it. When it's giving instead of being taken from, you're not a victim of it anymore. You're the one doing it. And that's the first little bit of getting power back. And that's yours today for free, because before it happens, before a single thing about your case changes. So that's your first reframe. The second is what the money's actually buying. It feels like you're being robbed of money, and don't think of it that way. Think of it that you're buying something with it. And look what it actually pays for. It pays for a roof over your kids' heads. It's food on their table, and it's the electricity where they sleep. And that might not be enough for you because you need those things too. But this was the thing for me. It buys you peace. If she gets a certain amount every month, she's quiet. The fight's done, that debt is handled, and the weight is off your back so it stops running your days. Would you rather have her angry at you, angry at your kids, or would you rather pay an amount and you can go make more money to make that up? I think it's an easy trade-off. You would pay that without blinking. So you're already paying it. It's not robbery. And that's the price of the two things you want most. Because you're giving, one day, and it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be in a year, it might not be in 5 years, but you get to say, I am done giving. That's what this war really is. It's not winning. The war is a boundary. You draw that line and you hold it. Even if the court never gives you that win, you drew the line, and that's what makes you free. You can't get there today, and you don't have to. Right now, the only thing there is to do is to see that your hands are open and that you're giving today. I'm not saying that from inside of it. I've done it. I handed everything over. I felt robbed, and I came out of the other side standing. I know the road because I walked the damn thing. After the papers all signed, I stood there and thought, what the hell did I just go through? It took me a long time to see clearly. And what I finally understand is that the money was never what I lost. What I was actually doing was keeping my kids safe, fed, and buying back my own peace. And when that really landed, that robbery feeling let go. Handing it over is going to shape you either way. If you do it bitterly and you count every dollar that she got more than you, it's going to harden you into a smaller, angrier man. If you do it in a way where you bless the money, hand it over, give it freely, it makes you a man who can lose money and still walk with his head held high. It's the same amount of money, but two different types of men are walking away from it. You're not the first man to go through this, and you won't be the last. But that way out is real. So the next time you have to hand it over and you feel that robbery feeling in your chest, don't fight it. Move just one word. It's not that she's taking, it's that you're giving. And then really lock in what it's buying. You're buying a roof over your kids' heads, their food, your own peace, and that's what the money is for. And that little inch will start to crack things open. It's going to take time, but it will. The code I'll give you here is you're not being robbed, you're buying your kids' peace and your own. See you in the next video.